Hi, welcome back, boys and girls. Today, for small group, we are going to draw an animal that comes out at night. Do you remember when we read our story, Little Owl's Night? We talked about nocturnal animals, so animals that come out during the night and sleep during the day. Let's look through some of the pages and see what type of animals we could choose to draw. Remember, little owl is a nocturnal animal that likes to be awake at night. What about squirrel? Is he awake at night? No, his eyes are shut. He's sleeping. But what about raccoon? Raccoon has open eyes at night. A raccoon is a nocturnal animal. There's owl. Owl is a nocturnal animal. There's the possum family. They are nocturnal animals. You could choose to draw one of them. Look, there's hedgehog and skunk. They both come out at night too. There's beaver and turtle and fireflies. There's owl and his friend raccoon again. Ooh, look at these. Do you remember the moths that were fluttering in the sky? They were out at nighttime, huh? What about that bear? Could they get bear to wake up? No, bear likes to be out during the day. That gives us an idea of some different types of animals. What I want to know from you is what type of animals do you think are out during the night? What type of animals might you see if you went for a walk with your grown people at nighttime? One time, I was looking for a shooting star with my boys, Daniel and Jonathan, and we walked to the park when it was dark out. And guess what animal we saw? We were sitting there, and all of a sudden a skunk started crumbing kind of near us. It was a little scary. I did not want to get sprayed and be stinky. So, a skunk might be a good animal to draw. And sometimes I've seen raccoons when I've been out camping. I've seen those in trees at night. You know, I think today I'm going to draw our animal that our book was about, Little Owl. I can look at this picture of Little Owl to draw one. What do you notice about Little Owl? I notice that he's got round eyes and his beak kind of looks like a diamond. And look at these little tufts of fur and feathers that he's got up here. I'm going to work on drawing Little Owl because I bet he is out at nighttime. In your supplies, you'll find things so that you can draw a nocturnal animal too. Maybe you'll make a raccoon, or maybe you'll draw those moths or a lightning bug. I'm going to grab my markers and draw Little Owl. You think about what you want to draw. I'm back. Have you figured out what you're going to draw? If not, you could draw Little Owl like I do. I'm going to use a black marker. And I think I'll use a yellow marker. And owl was brown. I'll need a brown marker too. If you don't have the color that you normally would use, that's okay. You can always just use another one. Oh, and Little Owl's eyes were green. So those are my markers I'm going to get ready. Now, remember we talked about Little Owl having round eyes. So I'm going to start off by making 2 black circles for Little Owl's eyes. Animals that are nocturnal have to have a special type of vision so they can see better in the dark. Little Owl has 2 big, round, black eyes. If they aren't the same size, is that okay? Sure, we're just learning. Now look at Little Owl. Around his black part of his eye, he's got a green circle. So I'm going to put a green circle around these black ones. There's one eye. Here's another. I've got 2 eyes so far. And then around the green part, he's got a big white circle. Since my board is white, I'm going to leave that blank and just make a little black line around the outside of where the white circle would be. So maybe like this. There's one eye, and there's the other. We've got little owl's eyes done. Do you remember how I said his beak looks like a yellow diamond? I'm going to draw a yellow diamond next. A diamond is a shape, and it has 4 sides, and it has a point at the top. I'm going to put a dot at the top and a point at the bottom. Now, I bet it's hard for you to see at home when I draw with yellow. So I'm going to make his beak a different color so you'll be able to see it. I'll make his beak blue. If we're the artist, we can make it to look any way we want. We're going to start off making a V. That's a letter that we're going to learn more about this year. And then look, I've got my dot up here and my dot down here that I started with. I'm going to connect my top of my V to that dot. That's a diamond. I'm going to color it in blue. My owl's having a blue beak. If you do an owl, I wonder what color its beak will be. Next, I need to do little owl's body. If these are his eyes, he needs a head that goes around them. So I'm going to start over here and go up, 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 and over, 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 and back down. That gives me the top of little owl's head. And then he's got a little body that goes down underneath here. This looks like the letter U. I'm going to make sure I connect it together over here and connect it together over there. This part's his head, and down here is more of where his body is. I'm going to do some wiggly lines so it looks like his feathers down here. And you remember how I said he's got those tufts of feathers above his ears? I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. And over here, 1, 2, 3. Just 3 little tufts of feathers on each side. And if you want, you could color in all of this brown part. These are all just extra details. The more details you put in a picture, the better it's going to look. Look at all these details we're putting in. Uh-oh, did you see that I went on top of my beak a little? That's okay. Everybody's picture is going to be different. If you want, you could color over it, or you could just leave it that way. Not every owl looks the same. I'm going to do one last thing, and that is I'm going to write the name of my animal on my picture. Owl is an easy one to spell. O W L. Owl. Our friend Lorenzo has an L at the beginning of his name, and he has an O in it. O-W-L. Owl. An owl is an animal that sleeps during the day and is awake. Well, when is it awake? At night. You're right. Owl, just like from our story. Thanks for learning and drawing with me today.